Hamilton, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm fine too, thank you. First of all, your surname, Leithauser.
Uh-huh.
Where does it come from? Do you know?
Last year for Christmas, my wife got me a one of those research your name gifts where you write in your information and you mail it in to the National Geographic. And they sent it back and they said that the original Leithauser they could find was a Bavarian tavern owner in 1510 or something like that. So Bavaria.
Bavaria. And do you know when your German ancestors
No.
came to?
No, that's too far back. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, but do you have some sort of German?
Well, yeah.
No, but I mean for in your maybe your grandmother's.
Oh no, I'm American. Many generation American.
Many generations. Yeah. Okay. Does it interest you maybe to go to Bavaria, maybe to look it up, or is it just for you?
I have been through one time before I knew that it was my motherland. Okay. But it was gorgeous. I didn't spend that much time there, but
it isn't something that was sparks a trigger in you maybe to go over there or
to get in touch with my roots or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't felt that urge yet. No.
Could be. Well, it's of course you are known from the Walkman.
Uh-huh.
Well, you've released many albums. I think let me count six albums. Well, 6, 7 if you count the cover album too. What is the thing that you, if you look back on it now, what is the thing that you've learned the most while recording and while playing in a band?
It's so much easier to focus on all the mistakes you made and all the things you didn't learn. What have I learned?
Well, then let me rephrase the question. If you listen to the first album, Everyone Who Pretended to Like Me Is Gone,
yeah.
What do you hear?
Young kids having fun with a recording studio. We had our own recording studio for the first time in our lives. We had no idea what we're doing, but it was so fun to have a tape machine and all that equipment in that space. And we had jobs, but we worked at night after work, and we were really dedicated. We put a lot of work into it ourselves. We did the whole thing ourselves. And I was really proud of what we did there.
And the songs?
Stuff that you wrote a long time ago. I mean, very different stuff than I write now.
And if you look back on your whole, well, all the albums that you recorded, which one was the hardest, and which one? What did?
They were all their own battle in a way. I'd say the hardest was maybe Lisbon, which is our second to last record. It got to a point where we were just we were lost in our style, and we kept redoing songs with the wrong approach, and we couldn't get it right.
How come?
For so long. It's complicated. I don't know why. You just keep trying to be a band that you're not, and it was never sounding good. It sounded terrible. And finally, at the end, we went to a different recording studio and somehow banged it out in a very short amount of time, and we were all happy with it. But it was looking pretty dark for a while there, like maybe we weren't ever going to finish it.
And what triggered it? Well, to when what happened that it was actually finished? What?
It was just a very successful, surprising recording session that happened in Texas. That caught us all off guard. It seemed like sort of a desperate last-minute attempt, but it ended up working, and we finished the record, and we redid a lot of songs. I just remember that being like more of a relief than anything, you know? I mean, it was exciting, but it was like, man, we were at the end of our rope for a while, and it was a close call.
And in hindsight, how come?
Because we were trying to be a different band. We were trying to be country music and stuff. I mean, this is a long time ago, but we were forcing it too much. And when we simplified everything, it worked out.
And how do you look back on your last album?
The new record that I just did?
No, I mean Heaven.
Oh, that was a much smoother ride. We hired a producer for the first time ever, and he did a really great job. But the reason we hired him was to try and make the process different for us, and somehow it had been really a struggle to make Lisbon, so we hired him to basically do what he did and keep the ball rolling forward, and I'm really glad we did, because I don't know if we would have finished the record without him. But at the same time, my feeling on it is that I don't feel as connected to that record as I do to Everyone Who Pretended Like Me Is Gone, or to Lisbon, or You and Me, because those, I just felt a little bit of a distance. Even though I worked a lot on Heaven, I spent so much time working on it. I just never, I don't feel the connection.
Because of the producer, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's partially his. He has his name on it too, and he did a great job. But the end result is that I didn't spend the time with the songs on my own that I did on other records, and I did on my new record.
Before we go into the new record, last question about the Walkman. Is it Lisbon and Heaven? Well, we have discussed it, and also your first album. But what was then for you your creative peak in your the fun
my favorite Walkman record is You and Me. It came after a long time of maybe not feeling great about the band, and years of over touring and not spending enough time working on the material and developing it on our record 100 Miles Off. And I think we had a little bit of a renaissance for ourselves, and I thought the songs got a lot better and everything sounded more exciting, and that still holds up as my favorite Walkman record.
When did you start writing the songs for your solo album?
Right after we finished Heaven. I think even before we finished Heaven, while Phil was still mixing, I think I was working on some songs that are on this. I always write songs. It's obsessive behavior. It's not even always a good thing. It's like something I can't stop. Like my wife will yell at me and stuff.
So how often do you write a song then? Every day?
Like all the time. I do. I can't. I need to pick something else up.
When did this start? This obsession?
Before the Walkman. I got really interested in it when I was like 20 or something in my first band.
How come? Was it something that happened?
It's just one of those things. It's just, if you ever like do it for the first time and you like your song, then it's exciting. You can be proud of it, and you want to do it again. And then I don't know, it's different than it was. That was 15 years ago or something. I don't know. It's something I just do frantically. Really.
And is it the melody, the words, everything together, or what do you like the best?
I probably spend the most time on the words. I usually do the melodies first. Rarely do I do music first. I usually, if somebody else has music that I put stuff on, then that's great. But usually it's a matter of sussing out the words with the melody.
Who is really good at it for you?
You mean
someone you really admire for his or her
that
songs?
I work with?
No, just in general.
In general, who, like a musician that I really admire? Who was I listening to today? I listened ever since Phil Everly died. I've been listening to the Everly Brothers nonstop.
And what do you like about them?
The same thing everybody does. The harmonies, the singing, the songs are just so fantastic, simple, and I like their instrumentation, especially on the early records.
The thing is, if you listen to Cathy's Clown, and then you listen to Please Please Me from the Beatles, people say, well, the Beatles were really good at harmonies. But if you listen to Cathy's Clown first and then Please Please Me, then Please Please Me is some sort of second.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Beatles are pretty good too.
Yeah, but of course they are. But when you listen to Cathy's Clown and then
they're so good. Yeah. There's another song actually I was listening to yesterday. I realized that the Beatles really stole. What was it? I'd never noticed it before. I can't remember.
So with Phil, the Everly Brothers, so you're really into harmonies then. What was the first song you wrote for this album?
The first song, 5 a.m.
What triggered that song? Because you posted on your website, you posted to every song you posted a picture.
Yeah.
This picture, I think it's Braille tracks by
Yeah.
night. Yeah. What's the story behind that picture, and how does it connect to?
The picture came at the end, but we spent a lot of time figuring out an image that would hopefully go with the vibe of the song. When you listen to it, you can look at the image and it would make some sort of sense. The song was originally the first thing we ever had was a guitar track that Paul, the guy I wrote it with, sent me. But the singing and the strings were really inspired by Frank Sinatra and Nelson Riddle, and I wanted to just do something that was vocal centered, and everything followed the vocals, and the vocals as they developed, like the song developed. And I didn't want it to be rock and roll. I wanted it to be more sort of jazz or big band. I thought I was pretty happy with the way that one came out, actually.
And how is this? When you wrote the song, did you know, well, this is going to be on my first solo album? Or?
No, not at all. I had no idea. We didn't know. I got one of those like MIDI keyboards where you can fake the instruments that you don't have. That's what everybody does. Makes electronic music with. And it was the first time I could ever like write the strings out and actually listen to it rather than just try to imagine strings. And then we redid it with a live string section in the end. But it was the first time I could ever like write a song where I knew it was going to be strings and vocals, and they were going to make it go, and the drums weren't going to come in, and the guitar was not going to come rocking in, and it was going to just be those were going to be the point of the song.
What's something for you that felt was it for you an achievement?
Yeah, I thought it was a new kind of music for me, and I could maybe do a record based around that sound. I thought the whole record was going to end up like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be all sort of big band orchestration. The first two songs, the 5 a.m. and the Silent Orchestra, go in that's the kind of stuff I thought I was going to do the whole time.
And what song did change your idea?
I started working with Rostam Batman Glitch from Vampire Weekend, and he wanted to sort of write rock songs, and I wasn't really feeling it at first, or I hadn't been having any luck with it, so I was a little hesitant. But he really made it fun to do that again, and we wrote I Retired, and then we wrote Alexandra, and then I started coming up with some rock stuff on my own because it was just fun again to get loud, and it just took a long time to make that fun. I really didn't see that coming.
How come?
What's that?
How come you didn't see that coming? How come you were?
Because I was tired of big rock and roll in the first place. That was one thing I wanted to try and stay away from. I thought I was I would do a quieter record, or I would do something that was loud but orchestrated and all vocal led. And I think in the end it really is a vocal led record, more so than my past records where the music really determined what the vocals were going to do. This time the vocals really told the music what to do. But I don't know. I just thought it was gonna go one way, but I'm really glad it switched up because I was really happy in the end to have like a just unexpected, I don't know, vibe.
The girl who's in a picture of the picture that resembles Alexandra, the song on the website. Who is that girl?
That's Richard Swift's wife. He played the drums on a lot of the record. He's an old friend.
And why did you pick this image?
He made that picture. He took the photo and he printed it out and he drew all over it and made that sort of collage out of it. I just thought it was really cool. Okay. And I thought it was perfect for Alexandra.
Well, it's also your first single.
Yeah.
Why did you pick this song?
Because, I mean, that's like a business decision. That's not, I don't do business. I'm so bad. Every decision I make is wrong. So I really mean that. Like everything I do is totally wrong. So I let somebody else choose the singles. That to me is, I made my record.
Okay. What is the song about?
A girl named Alexandra, I guess. It's just fun. We came up with it on the spot. It doesn't have, you shouldn't read into it. It's just. It's just a fun sound. It doesn't sound like the rest of the record. It really doesn't.
It was more upbeat, more.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the rest of we have plenty of upbeat stuff, but it just the sound quality is different. The whole feel is different than the rest of the record. But I think it adds a lot to the record. I'm really happy that it's on there.